It's all or nothing. It's all or nothing.
Hi, I'm Jamie Otis, and tonight on Married at First Sight Unfiltered, I sit down with the friends and family of our couples and get an inside look into what it was really like to watch their loved ones marry a complete stranger.
It's all or nothing. It's all or nothing.
Married at First Sight Unfiltered.
Yes.
This is where
Hey.
all the magic happens because we get to find out behind the scenes. You can't hold anything back. We want to know all about Derek.
Well, Derek's an amazing guy. You know, he likes to take chances. If he wants something, he's gonna go for it. He even came to this show, Married at First Sight. Who does that? Somebody who does that, besides you, is somebody who's willing to take a risk. And the way I look at it, somebody who's willing to do something like that is somebody to look up to.
Rose, you're
Yes.
you're Lily's sister.
Yes, I am.
And you're Lily's best friend for years.
Yes,
So,
we grew up together.
so girls, tell me about Lily. Tell me the parts about her that she wouldn't necessarily tell herself.
She's crazy.
You're one of Sonia's best friends. We want to know the real Sonia from her best friend.
I told her when she told me about this, I told her she needed to be put in a straitjacket.
My initial reaction is, you're crazy. And then it was like, yeah, but that's good too. You know, being crazy is okay, I am.
So what are your thoughts on Married at First Sight?
Married at First Sight is wild. I would never have believed it. I'd never heard of this before. I would do it, don't get me wrong, but it's crazy. People are insane for doing this.
You know I got Married at First Sight and you're looking.
Yeah, they told me.
You just called me insane right to
You
my
are
face.
insane. You're still married?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, so you know it can work. Just
yeah.
saying. When Derek came to you and said he was getting married at first sight, what were your immediate thoughts?
I was like, what if? You know? And that's what I told him. What if he didn't do it? You know, who knows? He could have been living his whole life wondering, man, I could have maybe met the woman of my dream.
When you explain how the process works, I wasn't familiar with the process. I thought, you know, you have people that are professionals backing them up, a lot of support. I thought it could be a win-win.
When she told me, I was like, you're lying. Because she jokes with me a lot. I'm like, yeah, whatever. So she tells me, and you're gonna be my maid of honor. And I said, no, I'm not. Hence the reason why I'm not the maid of honor at the wedding.
You weren't the maid of honor. Who was the maid of honor?
It
then?
was Sandra. Because I said, no, I'm not. So she thought I was serious. But I thought she was joking with me.
What can you tell me a little bit more about Nick?
He keeps things to himself, but he's very, very sensitive.
He seems to be a bit shy
Yes,
on camera.
shy. He's also shy.
Yeah. So before the wedding, what did you say to Tom? Did you have any good words of advice for him?
not really. I was kind of telling him he's an insane person for doing it.
Were you drunk?
Pretty much. Yeah, I was pretty drunk the entire time from probably the bachelor party on.
What was the best moment from the bachelor party?
From what I remember, the shots were pretty good, and Tom's a responsible drinker. He's a responsible guy. He's not the guy who blacks out when he goes out. We get to the bar and Tom asks for water, and I immediately slapped it out of his hand because it's his bachelor party, and he was getting drunk that night, and I made sure of it. And then we had way too many shots in like 5 minutes. I remember wearing a fur coat, and
Was the fur coat
there was a
yours?
blow-up doll there too.
Oh.
Yeah.
We had a blow-up doll.
Yes.
Had a lot of fun with the blow-up doll.
But you know, like for Lily was more like about like to go out with her friends,
I think she had
to advise her and
Yeah.
to like calm her down.
I think she was very nervous at that point.
I was surprised that the sweet little Sonia was like, I want to do a drag show, and
She's not that sweet.
she's got some sass.
Yeah, she'll tell you to
Clearly.
shut up in a quickness.
She will?
Yeah, took a shot on
Really?
stage with the other bachelorette.
Yeah, and it was like a dirty shot. I'm just saying the name was dirty.
Yeah.
But she seemed all for it. I guess that is the hint that maybe Sonia.
She was buzzed. She was buzzed there, so she was already starting to get loose.
So she seems very introverted, but she can be.
Yeah.
Yeah? Wait, was Derek's with the strippers?
It possibly could have been.
Derek had strippers at his bachelor party.
Derek didn't have strippers. His friends got hidden strippers for his bachelor party.
You're a
I think he was a
good
little bit
friend.
surprised. I was as surprised as he was. No, but it was a good time. Especially at the end of the night, you could tell he was a happy guy. Being around your close friends, having a fun time, having their support, I think is what made him the happiest.
It just, honestly, it really surprised me on Derek's character in the very beginning.
It's not all about the physical.
The room got pretty emotional, right?
Yeah.
Listen, it was shocking.
Any good advice you gave him before his wedding day?
I gave him 3 advice.
Okay.
Be quiet,
I like it.
agree,
I like it.
and always compliment.
I
Done.
love this advice.
That's it. That's the best thing in every single marriage.
Did you give her any advice?
Yeah, communication, which that's what I have in my relationship now. We talk about everything. So that's the #1 key.
I've always just told him, you have to get to know someone first, you know? It's not all about the physical connection. That will come. You don't need it instantly like people think today.
Do you feel like he was ready to get married at first sight?
He was very committed. Whether ready or not, at least he showed a lot of confidence in the show and a lot of commitment.
How do you know he was committed?
He went all in. He really went all in. He actually was a very strong believer that professionals involved in the show would truly find the right person for him.
For you as a friend, were you like, he's nuts?
Listen, it was shocking, all right? Because the scenario itself, the idea itself is pretty crazy. You experienced it, you know? So I'm gonna tell you this, I thought it was crazy just to hear about it, but it was his assurance and confidence in the show that I was like, wow, this guy's going all in.
It just, honestly, it really surprised me on Derek's character in the very beginning because he was very calm, smooth, throughout the whole process from morning right up until he got to that altar. You can finally, I saw Derek. I finally saw him get a little bit nervous.
What do you think of the process of Married at First Sight?
Intense.
Very intense. You used the right word. I guess I started learning a little bit more about the show, and I said they have to find someone that at least matches with you, and we'll see if science does bring you to that person.
I think it's great. It's a great opportunity, and you never know. I mean, you can meet people online, and you can meet people this way. And years ago, they used to arrange marriages, and they didn't know anything about anyone's background. And that's why I felt safe with Nick doing it, because I thought it wasn't just a shot in the dark. There was a lot that went behind it. And a lot of people don't realize that. They think that he just walks down the aisle and sees someone, and then I have to explain to him, this has been going on for about 4 months, and questions and interviews, and, you know, and they try to pick the right person.
All right.
Oh, wow. What did you think of Tom's future wife when you saw the wedding gift that she gave him?
I thought she was cool. Anybody who buys somebody a flask that's got whiskey in it already, gives them a little cigar box, you know?
Did you guys smoke those cigars?
I didn't get to smoke a cigar, but it was him and his brothers got to smoke cigars, took a swig of whiskey.
So I guess Tom liked the wedding gift.
Yeah, he loved the wedding gift. I actually got in there, and the first thing he did was he pulled me aside and said, hey, man, look at this wedding gift that she got me and everything.
Do you really think Tom's serious and genuine when he's standing at the aisle
Yeah, he
waiting for
was.
his bride?
He was, completely. I thought it was all bull, to be honest with you. I thought he was putting on a front for the camera and all this whatever. But he was nervous up until the day of, and then he was ready for it. We were all making jokes. Oh, what if she's big? What if she's gross? What if she's that? Blah, blah, blah. Are you really ready for this? And he was, yep, doesn't matter. I'm here for it, you know? And you could tell it was serious.
Wow. Tom gives Lillian a wedding gift the morning of their wedding. It's a pearl necklace. What are your thoughts on this?
It's beautiful. Like, the necklace was so nice, and she loved it, and she wanted to use it, but her mom.
My mom was very adamant about that. Like, no. Like, do not. Like, no.
Sí, yo sé, pero está lindo, pero no te lo puedes, o sea, porque es mala suerte. Sí, es mala suerte.
The room got pretty emotional, right?
Yeah, we were like,
Oh my gosh, I feel so bad.
she was like, I can maybe wear it after we say I do.
With all those bad omens, did you think this date was cursed? Thanks for watching Unfiltered, the only show that takes you inside the journey of marrying a complete stranger on national television. We hope you enjoyed the show. Don't miss another brand new episode of Married at First Sight next week, right here in FYI.
feel like you're a stranger.
I know, right? I never pictured getting married to a stranger.
You may kiss your bride.